Love Hurts 2025. I noticed fairly quickly that this had a poor score, a very poor score on Tomatometer from the experts. It was only 18, whilst the punters, the general public, the popcornometer gave a score of 60. So I thought, well, I started watching it. Let's see how it goes. So at least it's only 79 minutes with credits, probably 75, 76 minutes of the actual film. And some films actually cut off in the middle of the credits on the streaming service I use, simply because it's something to do with how the I think it's going to send me paid content as the next suggestion, and it doesn't let me go beyond that. So it actually even cuts off the credit, and there's no way of cancelling. So I can't even see all of the credits on a few films, although yesterday's film I did. And I do like to see the credits because I like seeing the soundtrack for a start, and that's usually towards the end of the credits. Well, I like the soundtrack on this. It was 70s music and some really tunes that brought back fond memories. I remember listening to Radio 2 when I was on holiday with my grandparents in 1978. That summer, I had such an amazing long holiday in Somerset, in Gloucestershire, Forest of Dean, Tewkesbury, Watchet, and being in their caravan, they'd play the music, and I just, music Radio 2, and I like that kind of pop, even though I was, a lot of my memories are not middle of the road pop, but much more recent, much more electronic versions of songs. So, I've, this is a comedy action thriller, so it's very so-so, I think, and there's a lot of violence. It's brutal. The loss of injury details, not a huge amount. I was put off seeing another film which I was thinking of last night, simply because it mentioned bloody violence and bloody injury details, and I think that makes it so much worse. This was a moderate amount, I would say, and that makes it more bearable. So there were some very unrealistic scenes, and they were just there for the spectacle. I mean, like the protagonist being thrown about. And to explain the narrative, he's an estate agent or a realtor, and he has a violent past that is just about to catch up with him because of a woman whom he associated with, and she's been she wants to meet him for some reason. She keeps drawing moustaches on the photos of him because he's this estate agent or realtor, and because he's like, I suppose this is the whole thing. It's ripe territory for supposed originality to get a action thriller which involves organized crime or whatever into a setting of ordinary life as we have it now. So estate agents usually aren't involved in organized crime, and that's where this story fits in, I guess. It's it's just you can imagine just about any job, a mild-mannered janitor fighting crime. That's happened many years ago, Hong Kong Phooey, and of course that's animation. But think of a job. Uh, I don't know, a street sweeper, a nurse, a brain surgeon, a road worker, all of them. But it's someone who was in the field of crime but then retired from it. And I think I once mentioned how I once visited a care home in somewhere in the Cotswolds where there was someone with who came from London and said that they used to be involved in organised crime but left. Um, the only way they could escape it was to leave London and move somewhere quiet, and that's exactly what this chap had done, and it was successful. So that's a real life thing, you know. But I suppose with the most powerful gangs, they would probably still try and seek you down if you're in the same country, maybe even internationally. And that's what international crime thrillers are often about. So it's this chap is working in an office, and he's oh gosh, just looking up the character. Oh yeah, so Ke Hu Khan plays. Ke Hu Khan plays Marvin Gable, and he's the realtor in question. Then there's Ariana DeBose, and she plays Rose, and she has a symbolic rose drawing that because he's the woman who is coming back, his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, Marvin's ex-girlfriend. And when he sees this, he panics because he knows that trouble is going to follow him back into town. There's Knuckles, an estranged brother played by Daniel Wu. There's the Raven, Mustafa Shakir. He's like an interesting character because he's like a poet, and he one of the office workers goes into a meeting where the Raven has been trying to dispatch Marvin, and the trouble is how it's going to the office worker, and I don't know her name actually, but she falls for him, and so this I like the actual poetry angle. That was original. I thought that was really funny, but a lot of the other stuff, it wasn't that great. All the preposterous examples of combat, the fighting, it just didn't strike me as realistic. So what I would score this is as 6.5 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. I'd like to know what you think if you've seen it. That's even higher than Popcornometer, but there were things about it, like the poetry, and it kept my attention, but it's not really the most appealing type of film for me. So let me know your thoughts, your scores, if you give it more or less than 6.5. Thanks for watching. Thanks if you like this. If you like this review, please hit the like, and please hit the notification button, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.